Taylor Swift left fans emotional after releasing a heart-wrenching 13-minute short film inspired by the extended version of her beloved hit All Too Well. The movie, directed by the 11-time Grammy winner, starred Stranger Things star Sadie Sink and Dylan O'Brien, who portray her and who many assume to be her ex Jake Gyllenhaal. As the melancholy breakup ballad played, the actors brought to life many of its lyrics, like dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. While Swift gifted fans at a private screening in New York City with tissues, viewers at home were taken aback by the tear-jerking masterpiece. The film began with Sink, 19 and O'Brien, 30, looking madly as they laid in bed together and stroked her hair, prompting her to ask, "Are you for real? What do you mean?" The teen wolf Alim replies, to which she gushes, "I don't know, I'm beginning to feel like, maybe, I made you up." Footage then pans to them driving upstate holding hands, before cuddling up in the woods, before passionately kissing as they walked by a lake. Looking inseparable from one another, she jumps on him for a piggyback ride, before going to dinner with his friends, where he notably snubs her. As O'Brien acts like the life of the party at an intimate dinner, in which his on-screen girlfriend clearly doesn't know a soul, he won't hold her hand. After he shakes her hand off his wrist, Sink looks crestfallen and things don't get much better from there. As they exit the car, he looks upset and throws his keys on the floor in front of her feet as he yells at someone at the phone. Once inside as she does the dishes, clearly still troubled by their argument, he angrily asks, "Why are you so pissed off?" "I'm not pissed off. Who said I was pissed off?" she coolly replies, before he proceeds to gaslight her by dismissing her feelings as ridiculous. As he explains he was simply hanging out with his friends, who were super effing nice to her, Sink explained she liked his pals but was hurt he wouldn't look at her all night. "You could have asked me one thing the entire night," she suggested. Livid, O'Brien shots back, "Such bullsh, that's such bullsh." Sinking then screams at him, "You dropped my f-king hand. What am I supposed to do with that? I didn't even king notice," he tells her as she explains his friends are still strangers to her and nearly a decade older. "I feel so out of place, you're the only one that makes me feel comfortable," she tearfully says. "They won't even look at me." O'Brien insists he did nothing wrong and was simply catching up with friends and couldn't believe she was still bringing up him dropping her hand. "I don't even remember the moment that you're talking about," he fires back. "How can you be attacking me about something that don't even, like, f-king know? I was doing it subconsciously." The bickering goes on and on as Sink says he made her feel stupid and he accuses of her of being selfish before profusely saying he was sorry. The apology seemed to work enough to briefly rekindle their romance as they go back to drinking wine, slow dancing and snuggling up together. He ultimately ends things with her, leaving her sobbing alone in her bed as she turns to writing to express her excruciating heartbreak. O'Brien's character opts to skip Sink's 21st birthday, which Gyllenhaal infamously did to Swift in December 2010, which leaves her reeling. While processing the breakup, Sink lets out her feelings as O'Brien walks around haunted by memories of better times. Naturally, Swift appears in the short as Sink's character 13 years going to her book reading. For her appearance, she rocks a red wig, black turtleneck and can be seen reading her book All Too Well to a crowd as O'Brien watches through the window wearing her scarf from the beginning of film. Hours after its release, Swift expressed her gratitude to Sink and O'Brien for bringing her words to life. "I can't begin to express my gratitude to Sadie and Dylan for giving us everything they had in order to tell this story," she captioned a slideshow of photos from the film. She continued, "All Too Well, the short film is out on YouTube, and showing all week at the AMC 13 Theater in NYC. For you, from us, Heart." The new 10-minute version of All Too Well shed some light on how their 9-year age gap played a role in their split. "You said if we had been closer in age maybe it would have been fine, and that made me want to die," sings Swift, who has never officially confirmed that the song is about Gyllenhaal. The 40-year-old actor reportedly dated the Cardigan singer from October to December 2010. By early 2011, Swift began crafting the emotional track. Other lyrics featured in the re-recording suggest that the breakup was particularly hard on Taylor. "They say all's well that ends well, but I'm in a new hell, every time you double-cross my mind," the lyrics read. Though he may have been opposed to age gap relationships at the time, Jake has changed his tune over the years. The Donnie Darko star has been romantically linked to 25-year-old French model Jean Cadu since late 2018, who was 15 years his junior. Along with the extended version of All Too Well, Taylor's re-recording of Red includes 6 other unreleased songs. A new review of the album in The Sun theorizes that one of the unearthed numbers, "I Bet You Think About Me," is also about Jake. The original version of the album had already contained multiple songs that were widely assumed to be about her breakup with Jake. The review quotes the song, "You Can't Help Who You Fall For," and "You and I Fell Like an Early Spring Snow." But reality crept in. "You said we're too different." Her lyrics accuse her unnamed love interest of having laughed at my dreams and rolled your eyes at my jokes. Taylor, whose ex Jake was by that point known for prestige films like Zodiac and Brokeback Mountain, taunts the subject of her song, "Mr. Superior Thinking, do you have all the space that you need?" The singing sensation adds, "I don't have to be your shrink to know that you'll never be happy, and I bet you think about me."